is crazy. The German Spiegel magazine has the audacity to double down on its statement targeting Elon Musk that he is the #2 enemy just behind Donald Trump.
I've known Elon for over 20, 25 years.
Yes, you know something is working when the mainstream media is putting out coordinated effort to bring you down. Now, taking a look at this article, CNN, ABC, they are saying the same thing. They are now saying Elon Musk giving out $1 million every day might be illegal. I don't know. I have a couple of videos I'm going to show you. Extremely concerning.
I've known Elon for over 20, 25 years, one of America's great entrepreneurs and innovators. But this is not the person I knew even 2 years ago. And I, with respect to Elon, I just don't have the confidence that there's other things that he's not up to behind the scenes, not just, again, what he's expressing quite publicly. And I'm very concerned about a country where people like Elon Musk, others that are sucking up to Donald Trump, that will undoubtedly be carved out of regulations, undoubtedly get massive, even larger federal contracts. I mean, it is an American oligarchy that can be formed here. It's, again, very, very serious.
It's not just a lighthearted bromance or friendship between billionaires. The strategic partnership.
Hey! The world's richest man and one of the most popular people on social media. And FEMA is shutting down airspace to stop people from bringing help. Yeah, he tweets that. Anyway, his October surprise is he's come out MAGA. Election interference is what Mark Zuckerberg did.
Former President Trump
Spreading dangerous conspiracies through the social media platform he owns. And in turn, Trump has promised him the lead role of a government efficiency commission in a future Trump administration should Trump win. It's an arrangement that raises a lot of questions.
Yes, you can clearly see how these people are melting down. There is another video I'm going to show you, but before I do that, Mark sent this out. I'm pretty sure that while it may or may not violate voting laws, it may violate gaming laws in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, all forms of gambling are illegal unless specifically authorized by law. The Pennsylvania lottery, bingo, slot, table games, and small games of chance are forms of gaming authorized by law. Okay, Mark sent this out a day before, received massive backlash after this tweet went viral. This question surfaced to him today to defend himself. He was now changing his tone, partaking to this. Let me play this.
Let's talk about Elon Musk. He's been critical of you. You've been critical of him. What do you make in particular of this weekend's new effort to get people to the polls, that he is using $1 million a day? He's offering up for those who effectively sign his petition and register to vote.
I mean, it's innovative and it's desperate. You know, you only do that because you think you have to, but, you know, using a sweepstakes is not a bad idea. Whether or not it'll work is a whole nother thing. It just as easily could backfire, but you don't know until you try.
Do you think it's legal?
I mean, I actually looked into it. I initially thought it might not have been, but as a sweepstakes, it looks like it may be. But from a FEC perspective, I have no idea.
Watching the mainstream media today to see what legal scholars will say pertaining to this, they are all acknowledging that this does not violate any laws. They are having concern, like on that petition where he said you must be a registered voter in this swing state, things like that. So when I see these people with less knowledge vomiting this, it's insane. Like The View, they are changing the narrative. This is not how it is.
This is crazy. The German Spiegel magazine has the audacity to double down on its statement targeting Elon Musk that he is the #2 enemy just behind Donald Trump. This is a serious, because yes, it is a subtle, carefully worded instruction to the reader to plan some kind. The Spiegel magazine doesn't seem to agree, because the truth is that Elon Musk is a threat to them as he is the enemy of mainstream.
And this, people keep trying to buy the election.
Yeah.
Billionaire Elon Musk has gone all in for you-know-who, and now he's giving out $1 million a day to people who sign his super PAC's petition. What? Now, I thought that was against the law, but apparently they've found some new loop stuff that allowed this to go. I thought you couldn't do this. What's happening?
Well, I think that's what you do when you have no plan for the public, when you have no economic plan that's going to benefit the middle class, when you have no plan to protect reproductive rights, when you have no plan to address climate change and produce American energy, you go to these type of tactics. It's all about distraction.
He has a concept of a plan.
Yeah.
Aren't these tactics against the law, though? Aren't you?
Well, I'll let the lawyers decide, but it sure, look, I think...
Giving water away to voters and lines against the law.
Isn't this the same thing?
No, because they're signing a petition, so you're technically not buying the vote. Frankly, there's nothing that can stop people from signing the petition, getting the $1 million, and then voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz.
Do that. Do that.
But make sure you're not putting yourself in a trick bag. Yeah. Where they say, oh, by the way, you didn't read this little tiny print? Don't sign jack until you know what you're signing and how it's going to affect you.
When you look at this carefully, you will realize these people are not happy that this doesn't violate any law. Whoopi Goldberg is not happy about that. They want that Elon Musk should go down for doing this. When I read through all that petition, what it says, it doesn't even link like you can do that if you are a Republican or Democrat. It's just to encourage people to take decisions based on where they belong. That is based on my understanding. I don't know how is it legal. Now the questions of Elon Musk doing it at this time after endorsing Trump is where these people are focused on. And statistics came out today that Republicans registered about 27,000 people last month, while Democrats were coming up with about 14,000. So you see the difference. And that is as a result of the effort Elon Musk put up to encourage people to register without even any, whether Democrat or Republican, you should do that.
And, the other question is, were you better off 4 years ago? Are you going to be better off in a penitentiary 4 years from now, or still having the right of free speech and the right of political dissent? Because that's literally what's on the ballot. And I suspect in 1941, I don't know if people thought they were better off than they were 4 years ago, or in 1861, what people thought. But I know this, when the Republic was threatened, people picked up arms and answered the call, when 1965, in the middle of the Civil Rights Movement, I think people decided they want to take matters in their own hands and create a better country. And that's what I hope we do here in the next 2 weeks.
Really listen to this. He's now saying if Trump is elected, this is just to create fear into people. Trump was there for 4 years. We didn't see that. So it is now that he will change.
We see Elon Musk.
All these weird right-wing swamp creatures lately, thanks to Donald Trump. None of these guys, none of them spend even a minute pushing back on his nonsense.
All right, everyone, November 5th, election mania. Choice is yours. You can go with President Trump, Kane, and The Undertaker, or you can take Kamala Harris, Dave Bautista, and Tim Walz.
He released a video. I don't know if you've seen this. Let's take a look at this.
The first thing that Donald Trump has ever done is divided this country.
Sector in the Arab American community. And I was really surprised this week to get an earful to hear them say that they would much rather either vote a third party, not vote at all, or vote for Donald Trump.
About what he said before the speech to black men.
Is there a Democratic Party? Extreme left.
Trump is nearly dominating this lady in all the polls.
And I got to say, it's not looking that great for the Democrats.
No, Dems are not scared to death.
Is it a good endorsement?
Well, this is the problem.
Homes Enterprise.
If you are over 18, please register to vote for something else.
Are now stepping forward.
Seen before.
Trump.
I don't care if they write that. No, it was right, and you got.
I'm going to shake it off.
It's like 73% said they're voting for Trump. Okay, yeah.
Kamala, you hired me 4 times.
I tell him, I'm like, I'll just.
How dumb are you?
Well, I mean, it's a social media.